So thank you for coming here. That was a long drive this morning.
Oh, my pleasure. Very much looking forward to this. Very much so.
So tell me what attracts you to this particular approach to weight loss.
Wow. I'm not sure. I just have this, it's like a magnet. I'm just leaning towards it. It's more than a feeling. It's like I know this is the way to go.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't know why. I mean, it was introduced to me by a friend years ago, and I'd never heard about it since. But she didn't really explain it very well. But I did a little bit of research, and then just recently, I kind of was drawn back to learning more about it.
Right.
And then I saw your ad. It's like perfect timing. Perfect timing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Looking at you, Lisa, a lot of people would say this woman doesn't have a weight problem. But I know that weight is very, very personal.
Yes.
And how other people feel about your weight isn't the issue. Right? It's your feeling.
Yeah. I am very fortunate in that I'm tall and I can wear my weight.
Right.
I'm also an athlete, and I'm
Yes.
too heavy to be athletic.
Okay.
I'm in a sport that requires a lot of jumping. You know what? When you're 20 extra pounds, and it may not look like it, but with my ideal weight, and my ideal weight is a normal guideline weight, I'm too heavy to jump, and it affects my knees, it affects my back, and that's really important to me because I may be older, but I plan on getting better at my sport as I go.
Good for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good for you. And that is the attitude that's going to take the 20 pounds off and keep it off.
I know it. I just feel it. I know it. I just
Okay.
know it.
So have you tried to lose weight in the past?
Oh, many. I know I told you this on the phone in one of our conversations. I had an eating disorder from the time I was 13 till late into my 30s, and I still sometimes exhibit some eating disorder behavior.
And when you say eating disorder, how did that manifest for you?
I was, what did they call it? An A with a B minor, anorexic and bulimic. I was hospitalized a few times, and then I ballooned. I did balloon. I kind of let some things go, but there was just never a normal, relaxed relationship with food.
Okay.
Ever.
And that's what you're looking for.
That so excites me. That so excites me. Now I've tried different things. I do work out. My husband is very, very athletic and, very
fit.
Oh, very fit. We don't keep junk in our house, but, I would sneak. And I would exhibit just the wrong behaviors. What else? I've also tried acupuncture. I've also tried hypnosis, and I found that hypnosis did work for me to some degree. I've lost, I think, 15 pounds with hypnosis, but now I'm somewhere else. I have a different relationship with food now than when I started with the hypnosis, but I feel there's more, and I just want to get there.
Did you take and keep off the 15 pounds with hypnosis?
Yes.
But you just haven't been able to get any further.
Yeah, I just kind of plateaued, and I'm okay telling you my weight or whatever. I started out around 170. I'm at about 157 right now, and thank you. I don't look that heavy, but I am.
You don't. Okay.
But I am. So it's close. That's how you dress, right? And so I need to be in the 130s.
Okay.
But I will be careful. I will watch how I'm looking, how I'm feeling. I won't let myself get too thin or anything. I don't believe in that. I believe in healthiness, and I want to live to be 100.
Yeah.
I want to play volleyball till I'm 75. I do, and I can, and I see it done. Those are my goals, and I really think this can really get me to that place where I have a normal relationship with food.
Right.
And my weight and
what is not
feelings.
normal right now about your relationship with food?
My use of it when I'm angry, when I'm sad, like to fill a void. and it clearly can't. It's food. I don't use it for what it's intended as fuel. It's many emotional things to me, and that's what I want to get to the core of. I'm tired of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, if earlier you were anorexic and bulimic, what would you say your relationship with food was at that time?
Oh. I am very much not in touch with my emotional self, and I think that was part of it. So it's hard for me to express what it was or was not to me.
Do you think that this need to suppress your emotions is connected with using food as something other than fuel?
I think so, because I'm just so horrifically bad at expressing my feelings, my emotions at all, in any way, shape, or form. You can ask my spouse. I really suck at it. He's the German, and yet he's the one. He's okay with talking, and I can't talk.
Okay.
Can't do it.
As a child, were you allowed to express emotions at home?
Maybe not. Never really thought about it. I come
Was
from
it like not nice?
children seen and not heard. We were very much the polite kids who would sit on the couch with our hands folded. Not to say I had a fantastic upbringing. I really did. But seen and not heard, I would say. I think my mom tried to get me to talk, and I just never...
Wasn't your nature?
Was it? No. 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 And my dad's not a huge talker. He's the sweetest man on the planet, but not a huge talker. Yeah. Yeah, so... I wouldn't say that we were prohibited, but I wouldn't say that it was my way, maybe. And I don't know when that started or how.
Okay.
See, there's questions I've never been asked in my whole life.
Oh, really?
Ever. Isn't that funny? I've been through a few therapies.
Yeah. You have. That's
well, with the eating disorder, I've had therapy. I was hospitalized for months, and, you know, you go through the group therapy and the individual therapy. I don't recall ever being asked those questions, but I'm really good at blocking things, too. Gifted. Really good.
Yeah. Well, I think these are the questions that we ask in this work because what EFT and fast EFT, which is what I do so beautifully is resolve unresolved emotions and the things that hold us back.
Right.
Whether it causes us to eat too much or cause us to...
It sounds
turn to
wonderful
food.
and terrifying at the same time. It really does.
I want to reassure you about something.
Okay.
This work is very easy. Anything we're going to do together is less painful than what you do to yourself every day. When you're thinking about your relationship with food, when you're beating yourself up for being 20 pounds overweight, this work will hurt less than that. And when we're working together, I will always be asking you, and it might be difficult for you, but I'll be pushing you to do this, to rate the emotion on a scale of 0 to 10. Okay, and if you say, I don't know, I'll say, well, just guess.
Okay.
Because we want to get it down to 0. So that's our whole approach all the time, to get it down to 0.
Okay.
So it never accelerates. It never gets out of control.
So, question: if you do get it down to 0, can it come back up, or I don't?
If we do it right, the metaphor I use is of a forest.
Okay.
This is not only I who do this, but the metaphor is of a forest. And you've got all these trees in the forest. This is your weight forest. And one by one, we go after these trees. And not just the branches, which is what most programs do. They're superficial to you. And so when you're saying that these are questions that you've never been asked before, we want to get to the root.
Okay.
And we want to remove that tree and then plant something in its place. When we do it right, you won't experience it again. It might be a memory, but it'll be a distant memory. It'll be like you read it, or it happened to somebody else, or yeah, I was like that at one time.
Wow.
but there won't be
Sounds
any
wonderful.
trigger. There won't be any emotional pull.
Oh,
I just
okay.
didn't do it, yeah.
Okay. That sounds great.
It's a word I shouldn't use, but it's like miraculous almost.
Oh, no, I like that word. I like it. It sounds like although I am frightened, I feel relieved too. Just,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, whenever you're frightened, maybe we'll start there.
Okay.
Let's start with your being frightened.
Okay. Are you going to make me cry today? Because I'm not good.
No.
Okay. Because I feel very emotional.
Okay.
I feel very
If you
emotional
do,
right
you
now.
won't for a long time.
Okay.
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 And I'll never be purposely making you cry.
Okay.
If you do tear over,
Mhm.
and a lot of women do,
Mhm.
to me that's a good thing.
Okay.
And I just want to reassure you that I've seen it thousands of times.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So you're frightened. You're frightened right now about what in specific? About being in front of the camera? Are you frightened about starting in on this work? Are you frightened because I was asking you some very personal questions you've never been asked before?
I think maybe the last one. I think, or a combination of the second and the last one.
Okay. So that makes you feel like protecting yourself a little bit.
Yeah. Yes. Very much so.
Okay. So are you in agreement then? Let's start the work. Let's show you what this is like, starting from I'm frightened.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Have you seen tapping done before?
I have. I've tried it just off the internet, off of YouTube videos.
Okay.
And I've tried some, but it never felt personal
Okay.
to me.
Yeah. This tapping works to get a result when you're calling up the emotion, when you're using the right words, and when you're aiming at the emotion.
Okay.
Okay? So that's my job, is to make sure that I'm guiding you.
Okay.
And then probably I'll give you some homework to do, which will be simple, a couple minutes a day.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
That's why I call my program Get Thin in 7 minutes a day, because you can do tapping in under 7 minutes a day
Right.
and start seeing some real results.
Wow.
Okay?
Okay.
The tapping points I use are right here.
Mhm.
Yeah, right in the middle of your forehead,
Okay.
which is a little bit different than you may have seen.
Yeah, I've seen here.
Side of
So
the
it's
eye,
here.
which is what you have seen.
Okay. Yeah.
Under the eye. And you're under the collarbone point, and I have you do it with the thumb and third finger. So you know where the collarbone is, so just under there. You've got indentations.
Okay.
That's where you're tapping.
Okay.
Okay. And then I'm going to have you pressing on your wrist. This gets all the lower organs on your wrist.
I've never
Okay.
seen that
And that's all this is going to consist of. Okay. So that's not too scary.
Nope.
Okay. Okay.
No.
So coming back to this being frightening, this being scary, on a scale of 0 to 10, how scared are you? 0 being not at all, which isn't the case because you wouldn't have said that. 10 being I'm really scared.
I think about a 7.
About a 7.
Yeah.
Okay. So our goal is going to be to get you down to 0, but you are not to try to please me.
Okay.
When we're going to be doing some tapping, and I'll be checking it back in with you, and I'll say, are we still at a 7? If you're still a 7, you say so.
Okay.
It just means we need to approach from a different angle.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
So it's never to please me.
Okay.
It's for you to get rid of that frightened feeling.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So, let's start tapping, and I'm just going to have you talking about what
Okay.
is it about this that is frightening to you?
Having to put words to emotions, I'm just not very good at that, and it's not a comfortable place.
Okay, so side of the eye, having put words to emotions is just not comfortable for me.
Having to put words to emotions.